Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Mystic Holistic. I am your host Dr. Vibha Pawar, and in today's session we're going to discuss about psychological safety and its impact on your team's performance. So I was just going through the Harvard Business Research article, and this information just came across, and I thought it is good to share it with you guys so that you can also take insights from the study and you can implement it within your team as well. So the study was conducted at Google. There were teams that were selected and the team's performance was monitored for more than 2 years. And the outcome of the study that came out was all the high performing teams at Google, they had only one thing common between them, and that was psychological safety. Teams that were more psychologically feeling safe were performing better than the ones who were apprehensive and were not so much well on the psychological front. So what is this study all about, and how you can manage your team's psychological safety better so that the performance of the team improves? Let's do a deep dive into the same. I will be sharing the extended link to this video in the description box below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe for this informative videos that I can share with you guys. If you have any suggestions that you want me to cover as a special topic, please do let me know in the comment section below so that I can cover those topics as well. So without further delay, let's just deep dive into today's discussion. Psychological safety is both fragile and very vital for our success mentality. In today's competitive world, a provocative boss, a difficult subordinate, or a competitive co-worker, they all trigger the same brain process when the brain is triggered for a life and death situation. So this fight or flight mechanism that gets triggered in our brain actually shuts down our analytical way of thinking, which is not something that is very good for us, because the problem solving methodology then goes for a toss. So in today's world, to fight or to be competitive enough or to be consistent with high performance or to be successful, it's very imperative that you have the broadened mentality and built mentality. So as a leader, it is our responsibility to create an atmosphere or create a space for our team members to nurture that mentality of broad and built. So let's understand how quickly or how simply we can build this effective atmosphere for our teams to thrive and be a high performing team with the psychological safety that they seek. So the first step towards building this effective team or high performing team with the psychological safety is actually understanding the conflict management. Look at conflicts as a collaborator and not as an adversary. Easier said than done, isn't it? So what do you actually mean, and how do you actually implement this methodology? So it's very simple. So whenever there are conflicts that arises in the team, either due to a resistance to a change management that's happening or due to a competitive team worker who's coming into picture, you have to build a win-win situation for both of them as a leader. Now, how do we create a win-win situation for both of them? The answer is very simple. You have to ask a question to both of them as to how we can simply come across or how we can simply overcome this situation mutually. The word mutually is very important. When you give and empower both of them to come and discuss one common output or outcome, they will have that accountability with them. They will learn to coexist and they will learn to collaborate. So second step in this activity or the exercise is to speak human to human. Every team has 4 basic needs that they seek: respect, competence, social status, and autonomy. As a leader, it is very imperative for you to understand what is the core need of the team member, and it's just built on it. The easiest way to actually correlate with the team member's mentality and be more human towards the action is very simple. It's the resistance that you have to kill within yourself as a leader and be as human as possible for the team member. And the easiest way to do that is correlating what the team member is going through with your own experiences. So the keyword over here is just like me. So, example. So the team member has certain set of beliefs which may or may not be resonating with your own beliefs. But when you replace that conflict with a simple statement, oh, the team member has a set of beliefs just like me, your perspective towards it changes. You understand and start respecting their point of view, where they are coming from as well. And that actually opens up a big channel of communication between the two of you, where the understanding goes deeper, the acknowledgement happens quicker, faster, and a trust is built, which is very important. The third most important step as a leader that you have to follow is anticipate a reaction and plan for counter moves well within advance. So what does that exactly mean? So whenever you are going to bring up a very conflicting topic, or you anticipate that this message may not go down very well with your team, scenario planning becomes very imperative. Different team members within your team will have different reactions. As a leader, we have to understand who will have what reaction. Scenario planning, please make sure that you ask 3 questions to yourself. What are your main points that you're going to cover? What are the 3 reactions that the associate or the team members will come back to? And do you have enough resources to counter those actions? When you go plan for the meetings which might trigger some conflict and you are anticipating that already, you go with the planning and you actually go with all your counter moves as well. Important topic on this one is, when you're entering these meetings, please ensure that you're not bringing in your personal feelings and emotions to overpower you at any point in time. Your information has to be as data driven as possible, as factual as possible. If you start with a blame game in these discussions, obvious reaction would be flight and fight, and then the associate is going to be even more defensive and you will fail as a leader big time. To avoid that, what you can do is you can ask them a question as to, what is it that you feel went wrong in this scenario? Remember, you have hired all the intelligent people to work in your team, so give them that benefit of doubt too. In the last step, I did talk about don't start the conversation with the blame. So this leads to our 4th step, which we have to be very sure about, of how to change the blame mentality to a curiosity mentality. Now this is a self-learning that all leaders have to undergo, and it's a practice that will take you to perfection. Whenever you are starting with a blame mentality, the obvious reaction from a human brain is being defensive. The associate or the team member will become defensive, which will lead to distrust and which will lead to disengagement of the associate. It doesn't bring any win-win situation for any of us. So how do we replace this blame situation? Or how do we tackle this blame situation? The answer is very simple. Rather than being or starting the conversation with the blame situation, you can ask and show the curiosity, and that will lead a different channel of communication altogether. There is a possibility that your curiosity actually will lead to a different perspective and a point of view, and there could be some new learnings for you as a leader as well. This takes us to the fifth most important aspect of building high performance team, or building the psychological safety for your team. Ask for feedback. Yes, as a leader, we are into so much of giving the feedback that we at times forget, to ask for feedback as well. Always have that one connect with the associates and the team members, where they have a free open platform where they can come and give you feedback, give you suggestions as to what went well, what did not go well, and how can we do it better the next time. Very important part of feedbacks is you also work on the feedback. Remember, we have to have a platform or atmosphere which is win-win for both of you. The teams which are open-minded, the teams which have a lot of curiosity, those are the teams who are risk takers. We have to build an atmosphere where they do not feel afraid to be punished for their mistakes. Rather, the atmosphere should be so encouraging that even if they do make a mistake, we have their backs as a leader. The last important step is actually having the psychological safety survey, or the parameters, or the meetings, or an open direct questions asked within your team members. It's very imperative to understand how psychologically safe your team member feels time and again. The Google study said that at least within 6 months' time, you should be able to circulate a question which will be like, how confident are they that their next move will not be criticized or will not be punished for. Higher the scores, higher the confidence that the associates have on you, that even though they make a mistake, it will not be punished for, it will not be criticized against, higher the team's performance chances are. The team is more creative in that sense. The team motivation is already high up. However, if there are any situation which has led to a change in this mentality, as a leader, it is our job to keep an eye open for all these early warning indicators. The teams are dynamic. There would always be new team members coming in, old team members going out. It is our job to keep a refresher of all these activities and keep a checkpoint for all these activities, so that an atmosphere that is more safe, secure is created for the associates to thrive. With this, we will conclude this session. Do let me know how you felt about it, how you acknowledge that, how this is going to be useful to implement within your team, whether it is easy, it is difficult. Do let me know in the comment section below. And also, if there are any other important topics that you want me to cover, other important studies that you want me to do a little research on and come back and give you a proper synopsis of it, do let me know about the same as well. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you can get all the latest videos that are shared by me. Thank you so much for watching. This is your host, Dr. Vibha Pawar, signing off. Thank you.